What's good, YouTube? dgwhip are back in with another video. Before we start anything, can we just appreciate the fresh haircut I just got? I've been needing one for months. I finally got one. I haven't had any time. I've been literally working like 70, 80 hours a week. I obviously have big plans for this, and I'm tired of waiting, telling you guys something's gonna happen and nothing's happening. I'm trying to put my word into it. But today I'm actually in the middle of filming another video. I'm installing polyurethane bushings. Not every single one in the car yet. I wanted to talk about an important topic that I feel like not a lot of people really cover very well. It's how to properly lower your car. I'm going to talk about specifically about G35 and 350Zs, but this will kind of apply to any car, any JDM car. Maybe not like Lamborghinis and stuff like that, but if you have a Lamborghini, you're probably not watching this video. But there's actually a lot of stuff that goes into lowering your car properly in order to keep your car reliable, prevent things from breaking, tire wear, bushings, alignment, etc, etc. A lot of people don't really cover that. They just slam coils on or cut their springs and they think they're good. They're really not. So I just wanted to touch some bases on things that a lot of people forget about, or they don't think about, or they're not thinking about when they lower their car. And I was going to tell you, as I've driven my car lowered for almost a year now, and I'm not super low, but I will tell you there are things that you need to be aware of. And if you're new to my channel and you appreciate and like the content, go ahead and like the video and subscribe. It really helps me out. I appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into it. So if you guys are curious, I'm running Tine. I really don't know how you say it. You guys can comment down below how I'm supposed to say it, but the Flex Z coilovers, these are like the $800 ones. I could have got the cheaper ones, but then I would have had to disassemble my OEM shock. I didn't want to do that, so paid the extra. I've no complaints with these. Reliability, performance is amazing. Adjustability, amazing. Definitely recommend. Great coilover for the money. Now, one thing about lowering your car that not a lot of people mention is it's going to wear a lot of your OEM bushings and suspension. Now, reading up on forums, almost everyone's compression arm bushings will go after lowering the car. That's just because now your car is out of factory spec, which it was not engineered for, so things are gonna wear fast. Certain things are gonna get stressed a little more. So these are gonna wear, your control arm bushings are gonna wear. I'm pretty sure my inner one is completely shot, even though these have been replaced before, but I think lowering the car really just ruined them. So I'm gonna replace those with poly ones pretty soon. I'm gonna replace these with polys today. That's what I would recommend doing, is replacing all your bushings with poly. Now, if you're gonna go track, maybe do solid, but solid is gonna be really harsh and you're probably gonna hate your life driving around town, so be mindful of that. Now, second thing I want to talk about is your alignment is going to be out of spec. Now, what this mostly means is your camber is going to be negative, out of spec, to where you're gonna start camber wearing your tires. And then if this gets too bad, you will basically go through tires every few months. And that's really expensive, and that's not something you probably want to do unless you really are about that camber life, which I think is a little stupid. I'm not about that life. So what you're going to want to do to prevent this is to get control arm camber kits. Now, because my car is super low, I actually don't have the front camber kit, which is a little more expensive. A good budget one is the Z1 Camber Arms. Those run about 300 bucks, I think, for the fronts. I wouldn't recommend eBay ones. They tend to get rusty. The bushings just blow out pretty much right away, so I don't recommend those. But I will show you the Z1s I have in the rear. A lot of you normal followers will know I already have these, but these are the Z1 adjustable camber arms right here. You can fully adjust your camber with these. With your original ones, you can only adjust the camber with this bolt, which doesn't give you a lot of adjustability. And once you lower your car, you can't get it back to factory spec if you wanted it to. So these are like 150 bucks. Very satisfied with them. They're pretty easy to install. You will need to get an alignment after, but yeah, definitely recommend. But yeah, these are definitely going to help you prevent camber wear 100%. Now, another thing I want to talk about, a lot of people really don't mention this. So as you can see here, I have newer toe bolts that adjust the toe for my car. These are, I believe I got the SPL ones. These are about 30 bucks for the pair. Now, when you lower your car, for some reason, it really stresses the toe bolt and it will basically cause it to fail. And when you go to adjust your toe at the alignment shop will tell you you need a new bolt, and they can't really adjust the toe. That's what happened to me, and I was very confused. I thought they were trying to scam me, but no, that was true. The bolt, like, it basically cracked and just failed, and trying to turn it was basically impossible, so I couldn't adjust the toe. You do have to cut into the subframe here a little bit in order to give yourself more adjustability, but you will be able to adjust your toe, I think, a full 2 degrees either way. So that's really nice. 30 bucks, pretty easy to install as long as you have cutting tools. You will need to change these if you lower your car because they will fail. What will happen is your alignment will actually kind of your alignment will get thrown off and actually cause my car to start wandering, which is basically you're driving straight and then your car kind of just wants to go a direction randomly even without a steering wheel input, which is actually pretty terrifying. So you don't want that. So if you're buying coilovers or whatever, you're going to want to buy these at the same time, and you're going to want to install these and then immediately take it to an alignment shop. Now when I threw these coils on, these were actually on the max stiffness setting for dampening. I don't know if this is true for all brands, but do just keep in mind if you throw your coils on, it could be at a setting you are not happy with. Mine was very stiff and my butt was jumping out of the seat on bumps. Great for the track, but not great for driving around every day, so do keep that in mind. I bumped that down from, I think there's like 24 settings. I bumped it down to like 12 or 13, and then now it's pretty smooth and I still get decent performance and grip. Really good handling still, so I'm happy with that. And then if I want to, it'll take me an hour at most to adjust all of them back to a stiff setting if I want. If you have cheap coilovers, you won't have a dampening setting. I don't recommend cheap coils just because the ride quality and performance is kind of garbo. Do keep that in mind. Now, I didn't think you're gonna need an alignment right after you put the coils in because you're not touching your toe arms and stuff. When I installed mine, my steering wheel was actually at a little bit of an angle, and I did need an alignment after. I didn't get it right away because it wasn't like unbearable, but I do recommend getting an alignment after you lower your car anyway. So do just be prepared to do whatever you're gonna do, bushings, all that. You wanna do that all at once. That way you only need to go to an alignment shop once. I've gone 4 times in the last like 3 months just because of some really dumb things, but learn from me. Do everything at once. Get your bushings. Ideally, I think you can get like every bushing for your car from Energy for like 350 bucks. This includes sway bar, control arm, compression arm, and then the control arms and all that stuff in the back. It's going to take some time to install, but honestly it's worth it, and your car is going to feel like it's on rails. Now, I don't have a personal experience with bags. I actually almost did bags, but the reason why I didn't was because if I was gonna get it, I wanted to be able to control it with my phone, but that was gonna be like an extra $700, $800, I think. And then I was like, dude, I can just get really good coils for $700, $800. So I just saved the money on that. If you go bags, just be aware, that is like basically another maintenance item. You got the tank, the lines, the actual bags itself. Things can fail. You can blow bags all the time, especially if you're in super cold weather. Electronics can fail, etc., etc. Keep that in mind. You will have to upkeep your bag system. If you install it right, it shouldn't be too often, but it is an item that is prone to failure and wear. You're adding another whole system to your car, so keep that in mind. Also keep in mind if you're lowered, even if you're not super low like I am, I only dropped about 1.5 inches, I believe. You are going to hit things on occasionally. There's going to be super ridiculous speed bumps that you have no choice but to go over, and your car basically can't clear, and you're going to scrape most likely your exhaust. But you can also scrape your bumper, exhaust tips, your subframe, all that stuff. So please just keep in mind that is going to happen regardless. That's going to happen more often depending on how low you are, and this is why I did not want to go stupid low. I don't think it's just smart to just be like scraping the ground everywhere. That's kind of goofy to me. Like, I'll never see a Supra just down the street, you know? Like, you never really see that. It's always like the 350s or the Miatas or the Civics or, you know, the ratchet looking cars. Just want to touch bases on things that a lot of people don't really go into depth. So if you're going to lower your car, just understand there's going to be more money and mishaps involved and things you need to prepare for. You don't want to be going through tires every few months. You don't want to have a whole bunch of blown bushings because then your car is going to handle whack. It's not going to be super stable. It's going to be sketch. You want to do this the right way unless you really just want to be ratchet and it's just a show car, but I don't recommend being sketchy. So other than that, guys, thank you guys again so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, but until then, I'll see you guys next time.